Howdy all, welcome to Lax Lives. I think it's time we play a little Minecraft. Alright, so, I've got no plans for today. I don't know what I'm going to do. I kind of did a ton of work before I started recording. And the things I thought I was going to do, I kind of did before I started recording. But yeah, I've got a lot of work done on the bridge today. I was trying to finish it off, but I just cannot get my hands on enough iron. But, as you can see, this side here is, other than maybe messing with the lights a little bit more, this side is done. I got all my iron blocks in. We've got the concrete pillar in the middle. I've got all the cables running from top to bottom. I just finished putting in the well, most of. I guess I could go do that. Let me go grab the last little bits here I need to finish off this railing. I realized I didn't have any of the right kind of slabs. I think I've used them now. I need those too, though. I have the regular stone slabs, but I also need the stone brick slabs. So let's go see about some of those. I do have some cooked stone. So that will, well, I guess it's just stone, right? It's not cooked stone. So let's do this. Alright, that's way more than I needed. Way to make way more than you needed. And then I think these are, yeah, just like that. Alright. So yeah, it's been a really quiet week for me this week, for the most part. You know what it is I didn't skip, but I told them I wasn't going to be able to make it Wednesday for our comic book night, and so I've only had and this is our off week for D&D on Thursday nights, which is supposed to be switching to Mondays sometime in August, but I only had one day of the guy I do comic night and 2 nights of D&D with this week, which makes for a much more relaxing and quiet week. I'm not gonna lie. Now the problem is here. Well, I guess if I run these all the way to the bottom, I feel like this should match on either side, right? So let's take this out. And let's go ahead and match these up. Like so. Yep, alright, looks good. I didn't... Oh no, I did curve these. Huh. Didn't realize I'd done that. It's alright, we'll just move these over a little bit. Come on. Ooh, I don't like that. There we go. Okay. And see, then this will be like that, so that's fine. But yeah, we didn't switch to Mondays this week, so I found out Monday that my niece was coming over, and I mean, I think they told me before, but my understanding of the situation was that she was going to be here for an afternoon, and then she was going to um, she was going to she had work on Tuesday, and so then she was going to be at work. Totally did not do it that way. So, and so with her work on Tuesday, I expected her to be gone after that, and so and that's not what happened. They they were supposed to go on a trip, and they were supposed to go on a trip. I was supposed to have the house to myself for like 4 or 5 days. Silence. Beautiful, beautiful, alone silence for like 4 or 5 days. And of course, that is not what happened because I'm not allowed to have beautiful silence. It's not a thing that exists. I don't know what I did, but and so my niece, was supposed to go with them on their trip and watch the kids on the trip. And I think she was being paid for her time on the trip. And so which I'm not sure how she would have done if she had to work on Tuesday. Well, maybe it's because their trip fell through. And so I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of that there. So she came over here instead, and I guess she was originally coming over here because they are intending to put up a fence, and they bought all the stuff for the fence, and then they needed time to put the fence in, which didn't happen. I mean, they've got all the stuff for the fence. They just didn't even start to work on it while she was here. Mostly it somehow turned into you can put the fence in and clean the room. Turned into I'm gonna go through all the clothes with the kids, and it's gonna take me 6 hours to go through all the clothes because I'm only gonna work a little bit and then go back to my video game over the course of the day. Anyways, the way it works out though is that my niece is here. Hey, I don't want you in my base. My niece is here, and when the kids go to bed, which is about 9, that's it. That's all they do with her. And so now she's here with nothing to do. And so I usually hang out with her at that point because most everybody else is on their way to bed at 9, and I don't really go to bed till probably like 1 or 2 in the morning, and which is about when she goes to bed. So then we hang out, and we usually watch movies or whatever. And of course, we've been watching mostly Vampire Diaries for like the last 4 or 5 years, trying to get through that. But she's allowed to come over here so infrequently that we have not gotten far. Uh, and so we're on like season 5 or something, and I think there's like 8 seasons. So we're hoping to get through that here soon. So I've discovered there's a problem here, and that is my road, which should be 14 across. No, 16 across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, wait. Never mind. Never mind. I'm an idiot. For some reason, I thought this area here was the road. But this area here is not the road. This area here is the park that's going to be in this area to celebrate this natural phenomena of surface lava. Uh, and this little park is probably going to be my next project now, since the bridge is done. This is the next area to go to. We've got the road, which is going to go off that way, and then we've got the road that goes off that way. And so I'm going to do this little park in, and then, which is of course going to involve taking all this down. I want to put like a little observation thing and like a parking lot and maybe I don't know, what do you have? Maybe a little drink stand and you know, like a t-shirt thing, souvenirs. That's the word I'm looking for. Souvenirs. And so I'm gonna put that in over here, and then yeah, and then we'll continue on. Dang it! From there with the town. I know it's weird that it's this close to the industrial park, but not a lot I can do with it. That's where the lava formed. I didn't put the lava in. Oh, that puts me out of dirt. It's alright. I know where to get some more. Yeah, so she, you know, I hang out with her when she's here at night because, I mean, they literally have nothing for her to do after the kids go to bed. And I feel like, well, I'm the kind of person that hates being left with nothing to do when someone has you over. Like, you know, good for them. They, you know, their kids are in bed, but they don't even attempt to hang out with her at that point. So we watched Stranger Things. That's what we did. She hadn't seen it yet. She loves supernatural stuff. And so we, not horror stories though, just things like Supernatural or Vampire Diaries. I did get some copies of like the 5 movies of The Ring, because I've been wanting to. Well, not that I've been wanting to, but there's always that in the back of my mind. I have this. I don't know what you call it, but if I've seen one movie in a series, I want to see all the movies in a series. And it doesn't matter if the movies are standalone, I still want to see all the movies in a series. I've purchased many a thing that I only bought because it was part of a series. Especially when it comes to video games. I'll buy a game and then I won't finish the game, not because I don't enjoy it, just because I run out of, not time, but I call it my gaming ADD. If a game doesn't drag me all the way through it immediately, I probably am not going to finish it no matter how good it is. Unless I make videos of it, then I can stick with the game for 1,000 years, apparently. And so anyways, she was not interested in watching The Ring. I saw a thing the other day that they've got a Ring versus Ju-on movie. Ju-on is the spirit from the movie The Grudge. I try to get the Grudge movies, but there's a lot of them. I was surprised. There's a lot of Ju-on movies in Japan. I wanted to watch the originals, and the Ring versus Ju-on is Japanese. And so I wanted to watch the Grudge movies first before I go and watch a Ring versus Grudge. Although not all the movies are called The Grudge. There's actually like two movies called The Curse, Ju-on the Curse, and then there's like something about bright and dark nights or white and black nights. I forget. I'd have to look at the wiki to know. And so I was looking for some of those, but I'm not sure they all have English releases, unfortunately. I did find one for some of the earlier movies, but it was like a box set of all the movies, and it was a Japanese original language with German subtitles. I'm like, okay, well, that does not help me because, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I just don't speak German. Do you speak German? That's a line from the beginning of The Fifth Element. But anyways, she had no interest in watching The Ring, and so after Monday we watched 5 episodes of Stranger Things, and then Wednesday we finished up because she was here from like Monday through Wednesday, maybe even Sunday through Wednesday. I don't remember when she wasn't here on Sunday, no. So it would have been Monday through Wednesday, and I heard she was coming over, but I thought she was just coming over for Monday. And then like, oh well, she's spending the night and she's got work on Tuesday morning. I'm like, oh okay, so she's just gonna spend the night, and then she only lives 15 minutes away. So, but you know, sometimes you go to someone's house, it doesn't matter that it's only 15 minutes away. You just don't want to go home at the moment, and so. So I thought she's just going home after work. And then she's back. And I'm like, oh, well, when I said goodnight to you last night, I said I'd see you in a couple of weeks. Because we got another birthday party coming up. And she's like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, and you knew you were coming back here? Yeah, I knew. Okay. And yeah, so we managed to finish Stranger Things. And then she said she'd never seen anime, and or no, that's not what she said. I was flipping through other things we could watch, and she said she didn't have a preference. And I was like, well, you like Stranger Things? Have you ever watched anime? Because I really like anime. There's a lot of different anime available on here, a lot of different styles depending on what you want to watch. And she said she'd attempted to watch anime one time, and at a friend's house, and she fell asleep during the first episode of whatever it was. I didn't ask what it was, and that was the only time she ever tried to watch any. And I'm like, all right, well, and so my continue watching list is an anime called Ald Noah Zero, which has been really good because I love giant robots fighting, and not like, don't get me wrong, I am not a fan of like Power Rangers. I find that to be too silly. And there's nothing wrong with silly, just it's not a thing I prefer. So I tend to avoid silly like that. And although I love Godzilla, and Godzilla can be silly like that, so I don't know. And that is the wrong spot for this dirt, because I'm totally gonna be digging that out to put in the edges to my road. Hey now, got here, and I gotta go home and sleep. I can't stand it. I can't stand how many bad guys are here, and so I can't go across the bridge. It's got creepers on it. There's creepers here too. So we watched an episode of that, and I was like, all right, well, that is an anime I like, and we can try and find something else different. I was gonna finish talking about the giant robots. Yeah, there's a lot of anime that involves giant robots as military vehicles. It's kind of like Power Rangers, except there's not usually there's not necessarily like a bad guy of the week they have to use their special powers to destroy. A lot of the giant robot style anime I enjoy just treats them like vehicles in armed conflict. And so there's a lot of political intrigue and, shifting sides and stuff like that. It also happens to include giant robots. And so it's not so much, I am the super bad guy that's going to send a new monster for you to fight this week. It's more of a, the battle lines have been drawn, and this side is on our side, but really they have these other motivations, and they're going to betray everybody in the middle of the conflict, and stuff like that. So that's what All No Zero is, a little bit closer to Monster of the Week, maybe. Well, not really, because we watched 7 episodes, and in 7 episodes, I think they fought 3 unique cataphracts, they're called, in All No Zero, and I think it took them 3 episodes to finish off the first one, and they finished off the second one in a single episode, and it took them 2 episodes, I think, to finish off the third one. So it's not really a Monster of the Week kind of thing. Because there are whole episodes that don't even have the robots in it. It's all just the political intrigue part. And, but she apparently liked it. And I told her we could look for something else because there's a lot of different genres, and I could probably find something a little closer to Stranger Things, or because if you never watched the anime comes in 1,000 different versions. It's basically just television, except animated. So, if you like sports, there's anime based on sports. If you like Chess Club, there's an anime on Chess Club. There's animes on cooking. There's, fantasy, sword and sorcery. There's romance. There's race car driving. And I don't mean silly. I mean like serious shows about these things that are animated. I just happen to like science fiction a lot, and so I tend to stick with the science fiction anime. And my particular favorite segment of science fiction anime is giant robots. And so we could have watched, I don't know, was there, I don't even know. I don't even know what things are like supernatural. Yu Yu Hakusho, I think. Bleach is kind of in that genre, I guess, of fighting supernatural monsters, albeit with swords. I know there's a couple of Exorcist ones. There's what's the one with the nun who has the demon that hangs out with her? I forget what that one's called. Chrono Crusade. I always wanted to finish that one. I've never finished it, but I really have enjoyed the episodes I've watched. It's one of those things. Anime is just like video games to me. If I don't finish it immediately, I'm probably going to wander off to something else. It's ridiculous how I can't stay focused on anything. The other issue, of course, with anime is that it's not all in English, and it's really hard for me to find the time to sit down and watch something in subtitles. And I mean, I really only get about 1 or 2 nights a week where I have time to just play whatever. Because most days I have something scheduled with other people, and yeah, so she came over and we did that, and that was pretty fun. Other than that, it was a very peaceful week because I realized the only day I spent with the guy I do comic book nights and 2 sessions of D&D sometimes, I only spent 1 night with him, and he stresses me out sometimes. I skipped comic book night to hang out with my niece, which he was not happy about. He just went on about, half jokingly went on, and it was only half, about how this was something we do every week, and how this is our thing, and how can I just blow it off for somebody else? And like, dude, okay, A, you've skipped weeks. B, we're not in a relationship like that, and we never will be. So, yeah. And I'd rather be watching Stranger Things with my niece than reading the comics and talking about them this week. So, but it was a nice, peaceful... You know what? I think I've got diamonds and stuff. No, I don't. I left a pickaxe, but I did not leave any diamonds. Let's take some diamonds over here and make a new shovel. Yeah, and then he wasn't there Thursday night because Thursday nights are off night, and so yeah, Thursday night was pretty peaceful, and it's just been a peaceful week for me. I don't know, just working making videos. All right, a little lapis, a little diamond shovel. Just get a little enchant on that guy because I don't have the levels for it, I guess. We'll leave those. Oh, you know, I've totally got that iron shovel I made to clear out. I wanted to clear out the enchant thing because I screwed it up. I put in my diamond pickaxe with the torches still up, and so it put in a 4 and a 7 and a 30, and I had 20 levels when I was trying to enchant my pickaxes. Well, I am going to go ahead and call it here. And they just called and said it was dinner time. So I am going to go eat me some dinner, I guess. That is just about time to end the episode anyways. But yeah, I think the bridge has come along really nice, and we'll get this park worked on. Like I said, I want to tear this down. I'm gonna build like a protective wall, I think, around this, and maybe put in like some benches and stuff, and then like maybe we'll have it open on one side with some benches and just like a dividing wall so you can't get too close to it, and then I'll put in a glassed-in tunnel that go right up close to it so you can see it really close, kind of thing. So with that, click like if you like, subscribe, share, and catch the next one, and I will talk to you later.